Last night's Supergirl, I wasn't a huge fan of, but I still thought it was a very good episode. But tonight's Flash was amazing, and I was in love with every single minute of screen time. It was just such a good episode. And last week's episode, I actually thought was a little boring, and this week's episode essentially blew my mind. Every storyline was just awesome. There was three arcs, kind of four going on at once, and the Caitlin Snow arc, or storyline, I really, really loved. So let's talk about what went down. We'll talk about our character development, then we'll talk about our villain subplot, and then we'll talk about the mystery storyline. So we had a couple team ups. We had Caitlin, we had Cisco, and we had Harrison essentially trying to get a replacement Harrison Wells, which they got. And oh my god, the new Harrison Wells, he's funny, which is so weird since he's always so serious and kind of mean. And in season 1, he was a bad guy. In season 2, he was, a good guy, but he was very, not a nice, he wasn't nice to anyone except for his daughter. So they're trying to get essentially a replacement because they need a Harrison Wells on their team. Without a Harrison Wells, they're not a complete Team Flash. So, Cisco and everyone was working on a way to find a replacement Harrison. And just the way they found the new one from, I believe, Earth 19 was hysterical. And I just love the Harrison that came out because he was like, do you have a big belly burger? And just like, some things never change, but at the same time, a lot of things have changed because now we have a happy-go-lucky Harrison, at least for the moment. We don't know if his personality is going to go dark, but I doubt it. He seems to be in a very good spot. So that was like that storyline. So that was good. And what I also really liked from it was Cisco wasn't mopey or upset about anything. Granted, his brother's death is still like a big thing for him emotionally, but the fact is he seems to have essentially, at least from this episode, forgiven Barry. So I'm more or less happy that Cisco isn't holding any grudges. Now, we also had a Joe, Iris, and Barry storyline where Barry and Iris have, started a relationship, and Iris doesn't mind showing off in front of Joe or showing her relationship to Joe, but Barry still feels very awkward, which makes sense because Barry, grew up in Joe's house, and it's kind of weird to be dating the daughter of also the person that you grew up with, even though Barry's been attracted to Iris for years and whatnot. So that was kind of like, will they fix it? Will they not? Like the conversation between Joe and Barry when he was like, I'm dating Iris. I know you're dating Iris. And it's like, I'm going to kiss Iris. And you can kiss Iris, but you're making it awkward just by, having this conversation. So I thought that was just fun. So essentially that like plateaued out where Barry said he's going to leave the West home, and they're going to, have a bit more of a normal relationship because, they've known each other for so long. And, they already live together, so I think they need a little bit more time apart, at least at home, for the relationship to develop even further. Can they, not always see each other essentially every day? It's a good thing for their relationship. So that was that storyline. There was the Jesse Quick and Wally West storyline. Wally doesn't have his powers yet, but he is very supportive of Jesse with her powers. There's a little romance there, but because Jesse and Harry left to go back to Earth 2, that essentially just kind of died out. It was sort of like, do they need to show romance? Do they have to? It was cute, but that was really what was going on there. And I thought all three storylines were fantastic. I really did enjoy them. I guess I was a little bit critical of the Jesse Wally storyline, but overall, I understand why. Like, we need to give them something to do that wasn't involving the action. Wally's character, I always feel really bad for because I feel like they don't know what they're going to do with him until they get his speed, so they need to like throw him into the mix. So then we had Mirror Master and Vertigo come in. Now, Mirror Master was connected to Captain Cold, and I love Captain Cold. He is unfortunately dead on Legends of Tomorrow, which is a bummer, but I really hope we get to see him again. And he was stuck in a mirror, and his powers are really cool. The visuals of the way his powers were done were fantastic. And I guess his girlfriend Vertigo, she looks at you and she pretty much makes you feel like you're about to topple over. So, they were robbing stuff and whatnot, causing havoc in Central City, and they stopped them. The way that Barry stopped them was really, really cool. I like that. He teamed up with He teamed up with Jesse to stop it. To stop him. There was, one fight between Jesse and Barry. With Jesse/Barry against the two of them. They lost, and they kind of regrouped, figured out how to do it, and then they defeated them in a very Flash-like, fashion. It was a very good fight, very visually appealing. I really liked who they cast to play Mirror Master. I thought he was really fun. And they put Mirror Master and Vertigo into the Star Labs jail, and that's essentially where that went. Everything happened here in Flash was essentially a Flash-based episode from Season 1 or Season 2. A villain of the week, storylines involving the characters, them developing a little bit, and then having a little bit of a mystery. Now, nothing really happened with with alchemy at all. He wasn't even referenced. Well, he was referenced. He wasn't on screen. And Tom Felton's character didn't get to do anything either, Julian. But now, the mystery storyline here to talk about is Caitlin Snow. Now, Caitlin Snow, Danielle Panabaker is a fantastic actress. I love her on this show. And she, by the way, is wearing a blue dress, and her powers are ice. So that I thought that was actually really cool creatively. And, Barry gets stuck in a mirror. As I said, there was a first quabble between Jesse and Vertigo and Barry and Mirror Master, and Mirror Master puts Barry in a mirror. There was that whole goofy scene from the trailer where Iris looks and says, does this mirror make my butt look big and whatnot, or these pants make my butt look big to the mirror. And they need to get Barry out, and the only way to get him out is to essentially shatter the mirror, but it needs to have extreme amount of cold for the glass to crack. And the technology at Star Labs getting cold enough, and Caitlin touched it with her hand, and, the powers allowed her powers came out. She seemed to have control. I believe at the end of episode 2 of this season, her powers slightly manifested, but she didn't seem to have control. Like, she looked at her hand very shocked. I really liked that reveal. Like, I was really happy to see Killer Frost come back, and the ice powers I thought were fantastically done here. The visuals are just always so good on this show. Supergirl, I think, has the best visuals, but I really love the visuals on Flash. So Caitlin was able to get Barry out, and everyone was kind of like, how did he get out? We didn't know that. And then at the end of the episode, before Harry goes back to Earth 2, Harry says to Cisco, the technology didn't do it, something else did it, which is, I guess, going to lead Cisco to believe that Caitlin has power. So I'm really cool to see what's going to happen in that reveal. Now, I guess the ending credits sequence that we had, Caitlin goes to her house or her apartment, she's showering, and her powers manifest in no way. Like, her emotions weren't active. She was very, she was relaxing. She was taking a shower. She was washing her hair. And then all of a sudden, like, everything starts to freeze. And she is terrified. She has a streak of white in her hair like Rogue did. Her lips were blue. Her arms or her hands didn't even touch anything. They were touching her hair. And then all of a sudden, everything around her froze. Like, the visuals of the ice were so cool. I think Once Upon a Time's Frozen arc is going to have some competition because I love what the CW is doing here with Caitlin's powers. And then it ended with Caitlin cutting her hair and kind of looking in the mirror, being terrified. So that was the whole episode. It was awesome. I loved every minute of it. I'm really curious to see what's going to be happening with Caitlin. The Jesse Quick storyline apparently is over, which is a little unfortunate, but whatever. It gives us more time to focus on the new Harrison and allow us to focus more on Barry's relationship. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of alchemy next week and also get to see what Caitlin can do with her powers. Is she going to go rogue? Is she going to be on the team? She's going to have to be on the team. There's no way our Caitlin Snow could be evil. Now, that's really it. If I had to rate it, I really don't like to rate episodes, but I really enjoyed this episode so much more than last week. I would say it's probably a 4 out of 5 stars. It was a fantastic episode, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. So anyway, share your thoughts about the episode in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed the Flash, and I'll talk about the episode 5 trailer very soon, and if we get any sneak peeks before the episode actually airs. I don't like the CW releases sneak peeks for the Flash the day of the episode. I think that's very sloppy with its marketing. I think that needs to be done before to get people even more excited, because by the day of, everyone's like, well, Flash is airing. Well, do I need to see the sneak peek? The answer is no, because the episode's going to be airing in like 8 hours. Anyway, 4 out of 5 episode. I love what's going on with Caitlin. Barry and Iris have a great relationship. I'm curious where Barry's going to live. There's probably going to be some great humor going into the future with that. I want to see more of alchemy, but I understand why 23 episodes, they can't have them in every episode. Anyway, I'm done. I've talked too long about the Flash. Share your thoughts about the episode in the comments below, and we'll talk soon. All right, guys. Bye.